Hey everybody, welcome on the YouTube side of things. Participating currently in the sealed Theros Beyond Death early access streaming event. So we are getting ready to start our first sealed deck. We did a draft earlier, didn't go so well, so we're going to see what sealed has to offer us. And I know that you guys had requested some more of these things on YouTube, so that's what we're going to go with. So let's jump in here and see what's in our first ever seal pool of Theros Beyond Death. And we got, boom. Ooh, one of my favorite cards from the set, Konoros. Got a red-green land. Oh, well, looks like our red-green might be getting played just based upon this. We got a Clothis, however you say that. 7. Exile a card from a graveyard. If it was a land, get mana. If it was not a land, gain 2 life, and it deals 2 damage. Yeah, that's insane. I'm not a big fan of the Acrone War, but it probably works. Oh, no problem, Ema. We'll be here when you get back. You have a great day, Ema. Yeah, well, so, I mean, it's obviously wanting us to be red-green from this. So that's what we'll look into potentially. Let me do something here really quick. Turn on some game music so it's not quite as lonely. Alright, so let's look at our entire pool now. Alright, so in white, we have what? Karametra's Blessing. Pious Wayfinder. You can craft from here? Weird how that works. Okay, so we can craft from this screen randomly. Alright, we have Sentinel's Eyes. I think this card might be fine. There's a Flicker of Fate. This card seems good. Heroic Existence is good. Banishing Light's good. Dreadful Apathy is good. A lot of good stuff here on the white side. Got a Daybreak Chimera, Reverent, Hoplite. So, I mean, our white is not looking bad, actually. The blue side, Sage of Mysteries, Glimpse, Omen, Sweet Oblivion. We have the freaking mill deck here, basically. Some counters, removal, bird, another removal spell. Blue looks fine. Black has Mogi's Favor, an Omen, 2 Mire's Grasp, Timuret. Seems cool. Soul Reaper seems good. Venomous Hierophant, Blight Breath, Catablepus. It's 1/1 for each card in your opponent's hands. Okay, let's look at red here, because this is what really matters now. Got a couple satires, seems okay. When you sacrifice a permanent, it's +1, deals a damage. Okay, that seems fine. 2 Omens is good. Fateful End is good. 2 Iroa's Blessing. That's amazing. Okay, yeah. This is looking pretty decent on the red side. Not as good as the other colors, but decent. Good removal and such. We got a Spider. Got some fixing. Yeah, I mean, it seems fine. Removal. The Binding of the Titans. Mill 3, Exile. That seems fine, yep. We have the Dryad, which lets us play additional lands, and lands are every color. It seems amazing. 4/1 becomes a 5/2. Not great. Nyx Herald. Enchanted creature enchantment against +1 and trample. He works on himself, right? Yeah, he's an enchantment. So at the beginning of combat, turn target enchantment. So he's a 3/4 for 3, basically, attacking. That's pretty solid. 2 Omens. Oh my gosh, we literally can play 5 colors if we wanted. So create a soldier, 3 counters on a creature, 4 red to draw 2 cards, create gold, okay. Target creature gets +6, Devotion to green. I think this card is good. Then we got in the multicolor, we have the Clothis, the Slaughter Priest. Okay, interesting. So we very easily could play a 2 or 3 color deck here. So what I'm thinking about doing is looking into potentially a red-green splashing black. And the black would basically just be for like the Mire's Grasp and maybe an Omen of the Dead. Probably not even the Omen. It seems like a very, very possible option. I don't think blue would quite be great on the splash. I could splash white as well, though. It could be like a Naya deck, and we could splash the Revoke Existence, the Banishing Light, the Dreadful Apathy, the Flicker, the Omen. We could play the Commanding Presence, potentially. So that might be... We could even... Probably not going to play the Hoplite, but we could. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at red-green here, see what we have with that, and then we'll go from there. So let's just kind of make our red-green deck here. Everything that we would want to play. I don't know how much a 3/3 is relevant in this format. It's really relevant in the last format. This guy seems good. 2 Omens. That card seems fine. Don't think we want that. I don't think we want that. We do want that. Alright, on the red side, Blood Aspirant, 2 Omens, a Fateful End. Don't think we play the Trickster in this one. Might play the Satire's Cunning. We'll keep that in the maybes. Definitely play both Blessings. Might as well play the Acrone War to test it out. Would we play the War Leader? Probably just have an extra creature. Seems fine-ish. So really we have room for 4 more cards here, which is perfect for a splash. So if we splash black, we could get the Slaughter Priest. So whenever you sack a permanent, which will work with Blood Aspirant. Do we have any other sacks? It does sack, so these enchantments sack, actually. Which is interesting. Nothing else. These sack. This sacks. Yeah, we actually have quite a bit of sack randomly. We can sack the Omens. Yeah, so I think this guy looks pretty solid. Because we have so much sack. So much sack! Alright, and then that lets us play the Myers Grasps, which are both good. That'd probably be the entirety of the Black Splash, I think. I could play the Mogi's Favor, because, I mean, that's recurable. It also could even buff up mine to get through extra damage, because a lot of mine have big butts. So yeah, we could probably splash the Mogi's. I could also splash the Omen, but that seems less exciting. So this might be the deck here. Like, we might have just finished the legit deck. How many creatures are we looking at here? 9 creatures! Okay, maybe we didn't finish the deck, friends. Well, that's terrible. That is terrible. Okay. So we basically would play no creatures in this version. We'd be ramping with nothing to ramp into. Like, how do you win in a deck like this is the problem. And we have a little bit of cheesy stuff with, like, the Blood Aspirant and such. But yeah, I don't think this deck actually works. Like, it has some cool cards in it and such. But we have, like, auras and no creatures to put them on. Yeah, so we're going to have to play some filler creatures here. Rip. I guess that's kind of a creature. We do have a ton of ramp and such in this version. I mean, maybe that's okay. Because, I mean, I guess, like, this makes a creature. We have a lot of enchantments and such. Probably don't need to play the Slaughter Priest, honestly. So we need to put some, like, just filler creatures in here, so... I don't think our Devotion to Green is going to be excessively high. I mean, we do have quite a bit of green permanents, I guess. But that's whatever. So probably just, like, sure, a Loathsome Chimera we can put in, maybe. Or maybe the Hyrex Tower Scout. 4/1 that becomes a 5/2 later, or a 3/3. Probably just a 3/3. And honestly, we don't really have to splash black. I mean, we can do it very easily because we have the Omens. So I guess we should just have extra removal. So really that gives us like 11 or 12 creatures. That's probably fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. We have quite a few green and red permanents. Maybe we don't do the Mogi's favor. It's probably a little greedy. Let's not do the Mogi's favor, and let's just run an extra, like, red creature, like maybe the Cyclops. Maybe this guy. Don't really have creatures to just sack, though. If we were playing, like, the Satires here, maybe, but don't think we quite have that set up. Could even play the Pantheon to get extra devotion, but that seems me. So, yeah, we'll just stick a Cyclops in, I guess. That seems fine. I think we'll only need one swamp because we have so much fixing. So that's 6, 12, 13, 14. So 15, 16. And what do we want the last land to be? 7, 14, 15, 16. Green seems more important than red, so we'll put an extra forest in. So 8, 9, 10, 17. That's right, okay. So, yeah, I think this is the deck. We'll do one last glance through to make sure there's nothing we really want to play. Nothing we really want to cut. Yeah, I think we're looking fine with this. So yeah, I think this deck looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and roll with it. You know, really quick, what we should do is buy some sleeves since we have infinite, you know, free money on this game. So what kind of sleeves should we buy, Ken? What kinds of sleeves should we buy? We have the choice of pretty much anything. And we could get the Gruul sleeves to go with our Gruul deck, right? Is that what we're going to do? Alright, that's what we're going to do. Gruul sleeves with our Gruul deck. Wait, what? What the? That was so awkward. It's like you have to directly click on freaking thing. We'll stick that as the art for no reason. Oh, that's cool how it does those. How it does the sagas. It picks like one little section. That's cool. Alright, so let's roll. That's really cool how it does that. Look at that. That's really cool. Alright, let's play. Let's play. Ready. Alright. Be informed. This seems fine because of the Caryatid. You can also play this. This damage. Sure. Play that as a 1-2 early. Get it back later and kill a flyer. Seems great. We have an enchantment. We have a Cyclops. We have removal. Sand kind of has everything we want, so no complaints here. No complaints here. Camera keeps glitching because it can see pink in the background, so let's try to fix that. There we go. Keep 7, yes. Alright, be informed. Made an informed mulligan decision, it looks like. Alright, play a spider. I'm going to be really sad if he plays an X1 flyer next turn, but I don't think that's super likely. So. I do not believe that is super likely. Does he have a removal spell? Or is he just holding manual priority? I don't know what's going on right now. I'm not familiar enough with the tricks, all the tricks in this format, just because there's so freaking many of them. Oh, that's extremely powerful. Good game. Good game. Yeah, I think Agonizing Remorse is a legitimately very strong card. So that kind of ruins everything. We were entirely reliant upon that to fix our mana. So that could have easily just cost us the entire match just now. Like, that is huge. And the fact he got that off on turn 2 to get our turn 2 mana maker is just insane. Alright. The game loves us. The game freaking loves us. So now we can actually go grab our swamp. Gives +1/0 and trample. Sure. Unknown Shore, so he has a splash. No blocks. Alright, let's go on the hunt. Maybe we'll go on the hunt. Just maybe. Just maybe. Alright. We got our swamp. So the question is, do we go for the Iroha's Blessing here? Try to go for the blowout. We know he has something that costs 1 black mana. What costs 1 black mana? Just Raise Dead? It's probably the enchantment, right? It's a little scary, honestly. But I think now is the time to do it. So let's go for it. Boom, baby. That 1 black enchantment isn't going to save you here. Iroha's Blessing is such a powerful card. Buff my creature a little bit and kill yours. Win for 4 mana. Alright, he's at 5 mana. What you got for us? Be informed. What you got? My kneecap breaks in half. Alright, you got 3 cards in hand. It can't be that hard of a choice, man. Okay, I guess that is a hard choice. Like, do you really want to waste that card on that? Yeah, we'll just play the Cyclops. The flummoxed Cyclops. A Cyclops thinks slowly, but strikes quickly. Try to keep it thinking. That's funny. That is pretty funny, actually. Oh, boy. I understand people have to talk about it with their chat and such, but definitely some slower play than normal today. But I don't know his hand. Maybe it's like an extremely, extremely difficult decision or something. You never know. Yeah, we'll save that. One too many of those. Do I just want to kill this thing? Seems like it has the possibility of digging him out. Can get only a land. Yeah, I don't think I'm worried about that. I do like this Arachneer quite a bit. I wonder if that card is standard playable. I don't think it is. But it's close. Aspect of Lamprey. Well, I did keep my land in hand for this exact reason. Which is nice that this happens. So... I guess I should honestly scry first here. Before I make my decision of what I discard. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Definitely don't want the land. Do we really want a 3/3 creature? I don't think that's doing much for us either. So we know we don't know what we're getting next. We have guaranteed removal. I'll end up getting one card, so I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. It's possible we should have grasped last turn. Interesting. Interestingly now, because he made me discard, I actually can just play this. Which I think I'm going to do. Guess we'll attack first, of course. And yeah, let's go ahead and just play the Arachneer here. We'll get rid of these three, I guess. Or these four, rather. Four or five spider now, just randomly. It's pretty nice. Looks like he might have something to actually buff that above 3 toughness now, which means we may have waited too long on the Myers Grasp. Oh no, he's had straight up removal. Okay, that's fine. Let's whatever. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and just kill this thing. Since we have the Fateful End now, it makes more sense to go ahead and do that, I think. And save our spell, because it basically does the same thing, just at instant speed, so... I also need to get some cards in my graveyard so that I can replay the Spider again. Enters the battlefield, a creature you control gets +1/+0 and indestructible. Okay. That's fine. I don't think I play the Fateful End here. That's interesting. That's interesting. Let's attack and see what happens. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh man. So interestingly, I messed this up a little bit, actually. It's my pre-combat main phase. I'm going to go ahead and play this. We're just going to play a Clothis. That card's actually pretty annoying. It's a great tempo racer. Especially in a slower format like this sealed. Will not block. And I think we just like almost win next turn. Alright, so opponent's graveyard. So if it's a land, add mana, otherwise deal the damage. So We do not want to hit a land, so we'll just take out the Erebus intervention, I guess. Okay, so I'll gain 2, he'll take 2. Now, I should just attack. So now I get to sack everything for the drain, which is definitely relevant. Why did I not just play this guy first? It's kind of dumb, actually. Because I would have forced him to block. Oops. Yeah, Clothis is pretty insane. Alright, the first match down, even though we played badly. The first match is still down. Alright. Well, I think our deck is okay here. I don't think it's perfect, but I think it's okay. Is there anything we want to change? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we'll leave it like it is and do another round, so let's roll. Let us roll, let us roll, let us roll. Once again, I hope all of you people are having a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Let me check on something here really quick. Do something really quick here on my IRL job stuff. Yeah, this hand looks absolutely perfect, so we'll keep it. No complaints. No complaints at all. I don't want to be the slow roll guy. Although I am being the slow roll guy just a little bit accidentally. Sorry, MTGU Mike. Alright, each player puts top 3 cards, exile 2, one enchantment. I don't really need to ramp next turn, so he's an enchantment, so yeah, we'll play him. And then we'll see what he does. And boom, my work stuff is done. Well, that's beautiful. Let's go ahead and play the Dryad. We'll search for a land and miss with 3 cards that we wanted. We can play an extra land and attack for 1. It's actually a nice little synergy, the Nessian Wonder into the Dryad. A nice little synergy. Alright, so let's go ahead and just buff up this guy, I guess. So we get a land. Enchantment deals damage. We'll play the land, and then I guess we'll go ahead and play this now. Get a land. Deal some irrelevant cards. And deal some damage. Yeah, we are like going off right now. This is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah, I didn't hit anything on his board, on his deck either, though. Similar mills. So unfortunately, he is able. No, he's not able to play the horse because it takes 5 to escape. So get to exile that next turn, and then I get to get a land or creature back. So yeah, that's actually kind of perfect. Actually, we're looking pretty good right now. We are going to be hurting a little bit if we don't draw more gas. Like, we really don't want more lands. Alright, so we'll knock off his horse and his creature. And gain 2 life, actually, as well. For the heck of it. Neither of these are relevant, so let's do some damage. Could easily have a flash answer here, though. Could very easily have a flash answer here. Play the Caryatid. Elysian Caryatid. And speaking of care, we'll play the Chainweb Arachneer. Yep, there's the Omen. Getting back the 1/3 flyer. Oh, and an Omen of the Hunt. Nice. The double Omens. The double Omen strats, man. Problem is, we are totally out of gas. I guess we're not totally, because the Binding of the Titans is going to get us a creature back, which is pretty sweet, actually. We've also filled up our graveyard nicely so we can bring back our spider whenever we need. So, yeah, we're looking pretty good right now. We are looking pretty good. So he does have the kill spell, finally. And I guess he plays the artifact creature here. It actually does block well against my board. 1/3 Scry. I don't know how I feel about that card. Like, 3 toughness does seem relevant, but not, like, super relevant. So do we want the Dryad, or... No, I think we want the bigger creature at this point. Oh, actually, we could have drawn a land off of it. That doesn't do a lot for us. Let's bottom that. Get a damage through here. Why didn't he block? Why didn't he block? Yeah, I think I like this Tower Scout here as a good filler creature. Just a 3/3 pseudo-vigilance on something. Seems pretty decent, actually. Pretty decent, if I do say so myself. We are in the power position, but they definitely have the card advantage on us right now. And cards... Ooh, that's pretty huge, actually. A 4/4 lifelink, and they get to put any card from their grave into their, or from the deck into their grave. And then every spell they cast from their grave also costs 1 less mana. Oh, and they have Pelucranos randomly. Oh, and they have... Oh my gosh, we just lost the game. We just lost the game. They have completely stabilized everything perfectly. That's pretty upsetting, actually. Wow, that is crazy. So now next turn he can play that. No, he can't play it because there's only 3 in his grave. Wow, this how do we beat a 4/6 lifelink every turn? This is not looking great now. Plus he has the scrying. Oh man, this is not looking good. Yeah, we need to draw. What we need to draw is the freaking god that we have, and then, assuming it lives one turn, we can just exile the Polukranos, and then we don't have to worry about anything at all. But if that doesn't happen, then we're in trouble. Because if you didn't notice, Polukranos will be a 12/12 whenever it comes into play. So I think I'm just gonna block with a spider, replay it, and then kill his familiar. That's my backup plan if things go horribly awry and I don't draw the exact one card out of 22 that I want. You know, pretty good odds. Pretty good odds. Oh, look at that. I didn't draw the exact card I wanted. So let's go ahead and play the Arachneer. See, the problem is this actually fills his graveyard, though. That's going to be 4, 5, 6. That's actually a mistake I'm making right here. Because then that's going to allow him to play this. If I play that, I'll lose the game, guaranteed. So yeah, I think I have to awkwardly sit back and do nothing. Actually, I guess I can attack for 1 here. Ugh. Yeah, this I think this Warbriar Blessing might be the best card, like one of the best limited cards. Like, this card is just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And he has another Omen. Okay, this is looking pretty bad now. This is looking pretty bad now. Okay, so how many cards in graveyard now? 3? So he has the ability to just get there now. Yeah, this isn't looking wonderful. I don't know why I attacked with the Caryatid. I wasn't paying attention to being a 1/1, I guess. Yeah, that's probably a slight mistake for me, but whatever. I can't put that in his grave, so we have to just sit back. And once again, hope to draw something that exiles from his grave, or we just lose. So. Although, honestly, I think we're losing to this 4/6 either way, so we're in a pretty bad spot. We need to deal with a dangerous threat that's looming in the graveyard, and we have to deal with a tremendous threat that's already on board, so not looking great. Not looking great. Yeah, I think this Gravebreaker Lamia is a great card. Probably not quite standard playable with that combo, but great in limited. 4/4 lifelink. Makes everything cheaper. Puts whatever you want in the grave. Like, it does everything you want. This is definitely going to be a... My gosh, that's not what we wanted to see at all. It's over now. Polukranos is back next turn. He can sacrifice both Omens, so I might as well just go ahead and do this. It doesn't really matter. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know. Hey, Canadian. What's going on today, man? We are getting ready to lose horribly, is all you need to know. That's all you need to know right now, Canadian, is that we are losing horribly. But I am new player friendly, as the title says, so if you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. So have you ever played any card games, you know, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, anything like that, Canadian? Any trading card games, collectible card games? Not really? Okay. So you are a card game newbie. Well, there's probably some terminology and such that I may say that you may not recognize, so if there's any terminology I'm using, just ask about it. Oh, wow, he didn't play with Pelucranos. Okay. You got hockey cards, but you never understood them. Pokemon's actually a decent card game, too. This guy is an insane deck. I just like to point out this guy has 3 rare bombs. He has a Pelucranos Unchained, Gravebreaker Lamia, and a Timurit Calls to Death for the heck of it. Like, what's going on here? What's going on here? Oh, and he... Wait, what? Chant a creature has at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. Sure. Yeah, this game is so over. I'm just gonna forfeit. I'm just forfeiting. I can't beat this deck. I can't beat a 12/12, a 4/6 lifelink, more zombies coming, another creature in hand. Yeah, that game is just over. That game was over in deck building. Alright, so we're going to take a look back at our deck here. See if there's anything we want to change. So we're doing a format called Sealed right now, Canadian. So that means that you get 6 packs of cards and you build a 40-card deck out of those cards plus land. Land is your resource in Magic that allows you to play spells. Every card at the top right corner has a mana cost that explains how much mana it takes to play the card. Like, for example, this one takes 1 green, this one takes 4 of any, and 1 green. So, we don't have anything super exciting. We have one really good card in this Clothis, God of Destiny. This card's pretty insane. Just does a lot for free. But other than that, we don't have a lot of super big bombs. I mean, we have some good cards. But like, we're kind of just meh overall there. I feel like we kind of have the deck the best we can get it. We just have to hope we don't run into Pelucranos Lumia Timurit Calls the Dead again. Overall, we're probably at about a 50% win rate for the day. So, pretty average. Alright, we are against Matt Brown, MTG. Alright, Matt Brown, MTG. Let's see what you got. Okay, we have a great hand again. We got all 3 colors. We've got ramp. We've got some... Yeah, we've got everything we need here. We just need to hope that we can do stuff with this mana. Kind of the problem that we have with their deck is that we have a lot of ramp. We don't really have any ramp payoffs. Because I'm not playing any like big expensive cards or anything. So that is the problem that we have with this deck for sure. The old Traveler's Amulet. I think we'll go ahead and play the Nessian here. Yeah, but so every turn you can play 1 land per turn, Canadian, and then you slowly build up to playing your bigger spells. I can generally keep my hand in mana cost order for clarity and consistency's sake and such, so. Play our land for turn. So we can actually do some stuff on their turn, so I think we're just going to sit back right now. Go ahead and attack for 1. And so the way that you win the game is by reducing your opponent's life total to 0. So as you can see here, the opponent's at 20. I'm at 20. I just realized the cursor is doing that weird glitch where it's like not where I'm pointing actually. Let's see if I can fix that really quick. Oh my gosh, I've broken it. This is awkward. I am at 1080. So the way this game handles this is really strange. I can't even choose the correct resolution. Wait, there we go. There we go. Now the cursor's actually right. Yeah, it's really awkward I have to do that. Wait, does he have a 1-drop as well? Alright, so we're going to go ahead and play Omen of the Hunt here. It's a flash enchantment. It says when it comes into play, we can search your library for a basic land. So we want this to resolve first. So we want to search and then get the next ability. So we'll grab a mountain. And then we'll find a forest. Alright, that works. Hey, we actually got our 1 ramp target here, so let's go ahead and play it. Oh, it's also an enchantment, which triggers that again, but we miss, unfortunately. We might need to just put some other big creatures in the deck since we do have this ramp shell that's working out so well. And yeah, that's a bug with Arena. It's kind of annoying camp, but there's not a lot I can do about it unless I do that weird thing I just did. Alright. I mean, everything has trample. So I think we just play this to start with. We will let it go this way for more information. Ha! Of course. Of course. Literally our best card to the bottom now. That's fun. Alright, whatever. Our best card's on the bottom of our deck now, friends. But it is what it is. On your ultra-wide monitor, sometimes it starts the game really zoomed in. Really? That's weird, Ken. Arena definitely has some growing pains. Oh no! He had the return to nature. That card's really good in this format with so many enchantments. Just random kill spell. And now my Cyclops is permanently tapped down. For each creature this way. I don't want to exile my own creature, so I'm just going to hit that and that. That's not great. I guess I'll save these. Chooses not to untap the Liar. Who would have thought? Ephemia the Cacophony. At the beginning of your end step, you may exile an enchantment from your graveyard. If you do, create a 2/2 black zombie. Okay. So basically, if he gets to his end step, bad things happen. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this to start with. So we do not want that. Yeah, we'll take the return to nature. That's fine. Now we'll go ahead and play the Omen. If he has a pump spell, it's going to be somewhat problematic, but we still have an answer to it, so it's not the end of the world. Oh, wow. Actually, I'm not going to get that return to nature. I did that in the reverse order. I forgot that this was going to trigger the Nessians. That's actually kind of messed up, but not a huge deal. Not a huge deal. I should have scryed in the opposite order. Alright, so we killed it. It reveals a card extra in their hand, but I'm going to play this with Scry. That's fine. I keep forgetting that this is going to trigger every freaking time. I keep messing up my scrying order. Oh, I'm playing so badly right now. So, like, every time that we play an enchantment, we get to look at our top 3 cards. If we find a land, we get it, and the rest go to the bottom. So I should be doing this first and then scrying, and I keep doing it in reverse order like an idiot. And he had another Return of Nature. That's depressing. Yeah, I can definitely imagine it being confusing just going in blind and stuff. Oh boy, this is interesting. I actually have something cool here. So he has this card, Entrancing Liar, which says my guy doesn't untap. So in Magic, there's a tapping and an untapping. Basically, tapping, when something is tapped, it means it can't be used. It's turned sideways. And when it's untapped, it means it can attack, block, do stuff like that. So because it's been tapped forever, it can't do anything. But I can actually play this to untap this guy this turn, which is kind of neat. He can just reuse this, but he would have to spend 4 mana to reuse it, but he doesn't have any cards in hand, so... We'll go ahead and just hit for 5 here. It takes watching a few Magics to get up to speed? Yeah, definitely. Definitely takes a little bit just to get the basics down, for sure. The important thing is to ask questions. Anything and everything that you want to ask, I'm here to answer, my friend. I've been playing Magic since 2008, so I've got a few days of experience. Reveal the top 4, put a creature, land, and the rest in the graveyard. That card seems pretty decent. A little expensive, though. Yeah, this Nessian Wayfinder is very strong, though. Like, we have just a lot of incidental enchantments. It's Conquer. It is Conquer. Alright, so he has a 3/3 that can't block. That is fine. And he played the Nessian. Okay, cool. So we are going to go ahead and use this at the end of his turn to... Okay. I guess he's just looking for the land. He found it. Alright, so let's go ahead and scry. Both to the bottom. I am winning. So Magic is a lot about card advantage is a big aspect of this game. So because he does not have more cards than me and I have more life, yes, I would say I'm winning this one. Like, I'm probably going to win the game, like, for sure, but it's not a guarantee at this point by any means. Not a guarantee by any means. I do have him down to 1 health, though. So he has to top deck something really good here. If he doesn't top deck something good, then this horse of his can't block. So he has to have another creature, or I'll just hit with both of my creatures and kill him. And he hasn't attacked me because he hasn't been able to. Like, his creatures have been smaller. So the way it works, the way combat works in this game is that whenever a creature attacks, the opponent has the choice of either taking the damage or blocking. So if your opponent has bigger creatures, you can't attack. And so yeah, I kind of just rolled through that game. I got a lot of card advantage off of that enchantment guy, whereas like every time I was playing an enchantment, I was just cycling through like 3 cards in my deck, finding lands. So it was allowing me to just really go. I also ramped out a big threat fast. So there's a lot of things that went really, really well for me in that matchup, honestly. I'm thinking about putting this 6/7 guy in. I don't normally like this card, but I am ramping very fast with this deck because we have 2 Omens, we have the Caryatid, the Dryad. So I'm really considering that, actually. Could also just put in like the War Leader. 4/5 that I could give Menace, or a 6/7. Yeah, let's go ahead and stick in the War Leader here. What do we drop is the question. The problem is, like, I don't really want to drop anything. Honestly, this card seems pretty weak in this deck. We don't really want to be sacrificing our stuff. I mean, it does get a counter, though, when we sacrifice, like, our auras. Yeah, actually, I'll leave him in. Darn it. I don't think I can drop a land. I might drop this Herald. The Herald seems a little weak in this deck. Yeah, that gives me one more kind of ramp target, which is going to essentially help me out if I do get that early start like that. So I think we're okay with that. Let's just keep rolling with this. I think our mana base is still fine. So we just basically increased our curve a little bit, but hopefully that works out for us slightly better. Because every time I saw that 2/3 guy, I was never happy with him. So don't think we're quite aggressive enough. So generally speaking, the style of deck that I'm playing is kind of ramp. Ramp means that I am accumulating a lot of mana quickly. Mana's land. Land produces mana, technically. And I'm producing a lot of mana quickly, which means that I'm able to play larger, more powerful spells earlier than my opponent can. So that's kind of like what this deck is based around. Now, until you get a hand like this, this might be our first mulligan with this hand. Yeah, like we can't play 3 or 4 of our cards. Doesn't look great, so let's mulligan this. Oh, this is also rough. And we're going first. Wait, he made me go first? Ugh. Mulligan means send your hand back for a new one. But yes, mulligan is the word. Ah, this is a terrible, terrible hand if we don't get green. If we get green, it's perfect. But without green, this is going to be really bad. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to drop the spider, and we're going to pray that we get a green mana next turn. If we get a forest, we'll be okay. If we don't draw forest, not what we wanted. That is absolutely not what we wanted. We have one more turn to get a forest, and we'll be okay. If we don't get the forest, we're going to be in trouble. We do get to kill its creature, at least. Okay, we didn't get a forest. We did get another removal spell, at least, so... Hopefully we can just ride these for the first few turns until we stabilize. Okay. Rinse and repeat. It's a Gilligan. Hey, we got there. Yeah, I think we want to maximize our stuff here. So let's go ahead and play our own Caryatid. And then next turn we'll be able to... This also adds mana. It's actually kind of a hard choice. Let's be a little greedy here. I'm going to try to get the most card advantage I can. So I had some different options there on what I wanted to play. I decided to go with the Caryatid first because this allows me to get... It's going to make a mana next turn. It's going to be 5 if I don't draw land. And then I'll be able to play both of these together. And when I play this guy first and then this guy... Okay, I got a land, so it didn't really make a difference, but is what it is. Okay, so he has a 2/3 flyer that can give Vigilance and Lifelink. That's relevant. But we're going to go ahead and play the Nessian Wanderer. Now, whenever we play an enchantment, we'll get to do the ability. And then the god here is an enchantment. So, boom. We get the ability. We didn't find a land. Rip us. Gilligan's Island in ages, yeah. Let's see if I remember the song. Give me a second here. A 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. I can't remember it all. It was your mother's favorite show? Nice. Hey, we got a big dude. Wait, does that turn... Oh, that turns them on. Oh, baby. I didn't even realize we had that much devotion, so Somehow we have enough devotion here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. I didn't even realize that was going to happen. So now Nykthos is alive, or Klothos is alive, which means that we now have a 4/5 trample indestructible, which is extremely relevant. So I'll clarify what's going on here. This is a very specific mechanic from this set of Magic. But this card basically says, so it comes in as just an enchantment that doesn't do much. It has an ability that can get stuff out of the opponent's graveyard and stuff. But if I ever have 7 or more green and red mana cost symbols, that's the symbols you see at the top right of the cards, it turns into a 4/5 creature that's indestructible, which means it can't be destroyed. So this is unfortunate. He's killing that, but it just is what it is. Oh, wait, no, I should have done this in response. No! I messed up everything. I forgot that was going to no longer be a creature. I didn't scry. That's actually going to really hurt me. Yeah, it really hurt me, alright. Very unfortunate there. I mean, something like that could honestly cost us the match. So what happened there is I had this card that can add mana as long as I control a creature with power 4 or more. And he played something that killed my creature. So I didn't use it in response, so I just... bad things happen. This guy's also gaining a ton of life over here. Like, I don't know what's going on. Oh, this is not looking great. And he has a Renata coming up. Dukes of Hazzard, Beverly Hillbillies, Fresh Prince, right? Yeah, it's like the ultimate, like, late 80s TV programming, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and scry here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't do it. Doesn't block very well. Actually, it does block pretty well. Yeah, we'll keep Scoffus. We'll get rid of the Omen. And on the bright side, my god is keeping me alive. Oh, he had another Renata. No! Alright, so let's go ahead and scry again. That does nothing for us, so let's bottom that. Scry means to look at the top cards in my deck and either leave them there or put them on the bottom. That is not what we wanted to see, man. That is not what we wanted to see. Think we're gonna lose. Think we're gonna lose. That's not good. That's not good at all. He's just been gaining so much life incidentally. Outracing me really hard. Everything's buffed up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Kill me if you got it. I guess I should have blocked Daxos, but doesn't matter. Dang. That was a crazy run. Like, we got a really good start, and then we just fizzled out. Drew too many lands. He just had too many relevant threats. And he had the removal, so. Sometimes the removal's enough to get there, unfortunately. Rip me. Rip my dreams. Alright. Well, I still don't think there's much we can do to really change this deck around. I really don't think there's much I can do to change it. I'm honestly tempted to drop a land. I don't think that's correct. The math checks out. You know, I did have a lot of enchantments. It's possible that maybe something like that could be relevant. Maybe it's put in another Chimera. I'm not sure. I guess we'll leave it as it is again. Can't be too results oriented. You have to think about like the logical conclusions and such. I will say, if you ever do take an interest in Magic at all, Canadian, I highly recommend it. It's by far the best hobby that I've ever been involved in. It's a great social activity. Okay, this hand looks fine. Ya Giovanni. Or Yahavani. How much does it cost? Well, that's a tricky question. That is a tricky question. Like, Magic is really all about how much you want to put into it. Really is just how much you want to put into it. I mean, the game itself now, I mean, it's free to play. I actually have only put like $20, maybe $30 into the game. But, in real life, Magic definitely has its expenses. No, it's not pay to win at all. It's pay to collect. I mean, I guess you could say that, but it's not pay to win. Like, having more cards does not inherently make having more cards does not like inherently make you better at the game by any means. It definitely can be a grind, like, as you're collecting. Like, I can acknowledge that. But not pay to win at all. Because it's not like you get better cards by, you know... That was actually a really good draw. It's not like you get better cards... It's kind of a weird sequencing I'm having to do here. No, but it's like any virtual card game is all about like accumulating, you know, the cards and stuff like that is how they make their money, is by selling packs and stuff. But Magic Arena has a really cool way that you can actually play for essentially free. So they have a format called Draft, which is similar to kind of like what we're doing here. And the way it works is that it costs gems, which is the premium currency to enter. It's a weird card. But if you do well in the event, then it actually pays out more than what you paid in, so you can actually profit if you're playing well. So theoretically, you can just go infinite and play forever. Now, it doesn't usually happen that way, but I usually do at least break even, so I do a lot of my playing and such for free. Exile 2 third person. I don't know what I want to kill here. I guess we'll just kill the Timurit. Interestingly, I actually can't kill this. Could have an enchantment to play here and do crazy stuff, but I'm not super worried about that. No, but in real life, Magic is definitely very expensive. I would estimate, like for example, I'll give you an example of how much I'm investing in it. So this weekend, I'll be playing in 4 pre-release events. Each pre-release event is $25, so I'll be spending $100. In addition to that $100, I'll be buying a bundle, which is $40. So I'm gonna be putting like $150 or something into it, just base. Then I play it every week, usually at $15. So, you know, once a week, $15, $15, $30, $45, $60 a month. So it definitely adds up over time. Now, that's not to say that everybody has to play it the same way I do, because there's a lot of different ways to play Magic, right? That's one of the very interesting things about it, is that there's just so many different options. There's different formats, there's different ways you can play. Like, it's really, really interesting in that regard, honestly. I'm going to put the counters here, I think. Oh wow, he did the quadruple block, huh? So I'm gonna have. So let's put him second. So what I'm doing right now is ordering the way I want damage to go out. Oh, you know what? Actually, we'll put him at the end. Actually, he'll lose toughness, won't he? Yeah, we'll put him at the end. Had a pretty good play right there with kind of blowing him out. I used an instant speed trick to kill his creature, and he had quadruple block, which means he put a bunch of creatures in, a bunch of little creatures in to kill my big guy, and then I killed one of them, so my big guy killed all of his, and it was just a win-win. Go ahead and scry. Heck yes. That's perfect. Alright, so let's go ahead and kill his dude. Yeah, so I'm pretty much won this game at this point. I have 2 massive threats in play. I've answered everything that he's played. And just overall, I'm completely controlling this game. Unless he, you know, wipes the board, kills all my creatures, something like that. It's going to be very hard for me to lose this one. Like, see, the problem with this guy's deck was at least what he drew, he just drew, like, a lot of just little guys. And he didn't draw any ways to answer my big ones, so I just couldn't keep up. That's actually good. That's actually a very good draw for him. That is relevant, for sure. So he can exile an enchantment, which is only has 1 more. Okay. So I can actually make this have menace. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to play the Omen of the Hunt. That's going to let me get a land out of my deck, sure. Doesn't really matter. Then we're going to use this guy to tap We're going to deal 1 damage to this creature and sacrifice this enchantment. Then we're just going to safely attack for 10. Alright, and barring disaster, we should win this turn. Yeah, he did draw something. Gets back a creature from his grave, so we can get that thing back, make another zombie. I mean, that does give him 1 more turn, honestly. That does give him 1 more turn. He also could kill that guy, right? So he can get back the creature that would give my guy -3. I think he still loses like that, though. I don't think there's any way for him to actually win. But yeah, we have just like a lot of just pretty powerful little interactions and such. Okay, so he plays back the bird that he returned from the grave to his hand. That's going to let him exile an enchantment from his grave, which will allow him to make a zombie. Which will gain him some life. I should have killed Daxos early and I would have already killed him. Small mistake there. There we go. That's a pretty good draw. So now all my stuff has trample. And that should... Well, I guess it won't be quite game, because he can, like, gain some life, maybe. With another trample. I'm not sure, actually, what will happen here. Hey, D-Walk! Welcome in, bud. What's going on? Yeah, so that... Yeah, that's game. That's game. Trample wins. So trample, Canadian, means that whenever a creature blocks, normally it absorbs all the damage. But trample means that it actually doesn't absorb all of it. It only absorbs as much as its toughness, like its health, and then the rest of it goes through. So in that case, he couldn't block enough to actually prevent his own death. Alright, not bad. Yeah, we've been doing pretty good, D-Walk. I'll show you our deck that we're playing with right now. We've got a red-green, kind of mid-rangey aggro, a little bit of ramp deck. We got some pretty cool stuff. Like we got this Nessian Wanderer, seems absurdly good. So every time we're playing an enchantment, we're like finding lands. And then we just have like a crap ton of enchantments. We've got Omens, which are very good. We've got some Sagas. You'd like the Doom Foretold deck that you made for Jerry? Probably. I'm thinking about playing if there is a good Dance of the Mance deck. I'm thinking about playing that in the next standard. You gotta hop off? Thanks for stopping in, Canadian. It was a pleasure. We'll be back tomorrow with Jackbox as normal. So have a great day, man. And I'll be on till midnight. So if you get bored, stop back in. Be on for another 5 hours. Thanks again for stopping in, Canadian. It's Shepherd Constellation. Not sure what Shepherd is. That's the like 4/4 flying thing. Got a decent little hand here. We get to try out the Crone War finally and see if this card is actually any good. This Blood Aspirant's kind of cool too. There's a lot of just little synergies. So whenever we sack a permanent, what does this do? Interesting. Whenever we sack a permanent, it gets a counter, and so like stuff just randomly gets sacked, like Sagas sack once they finish. So just like a lot of little things like that that work out weirdly enough. I could kill this thing. Yeah, I think we'll sit back. I think this Mire Triton's actually a pretty solid card too. It's a 2/1 Death Touch. Let's go ahead and play the Omen here. We'll get a... I guess we'll get our Swamp. I don't think we want to play the Acrone War yet. I don't think we want to do the Blessing yet. So let's just play a land, Scry again. Sure. And then we'll play this... I guess we'll attack first. He could have like the Flash enchantment to make 2 1/1s. Maybe this attack is bad. I mean, it looks like he could be in a deck that's playing that. So, yeah, I'm not going to attack here just in case of that. It's possible I'm debating myself out of 1 damage, but not a huge deal if that's the case. Called it! Boom, baby! Called it! Called it, called it, called it. That feels good. And he has a Heliod. Okay, we lose. We lose! So he has, what? 1, 2 currently? I got this devotion thing is just distorted as all crap. Yeah, I think we go ahead and play this now. Vanishing Light. The old 2 for 1. But nah, we got a burn spell off that at least, so it's not the end of the world. He is up to 3 devotion now, though, which is becoming relevant. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just play this big dude. 2 black open, I'm not worried. I guess when he turns his Heliod on, so what will happen? So what will happen if we play the Acrone War, take his Heliod, and then we no longer have Devotion, it turns back into enchantment? I guess he just gets back control of it, right? I'm honestly not sure what would happen in that situation. Alright, let's go ahead and just do this. Kill his Unicorn. Hit for 6. We are pushing some damage. Archon dies, return enchantment to the battlefield. That's a problem. Alright, let's see if the Acrone War is any good. I don't know what will happen with that, so I'm just going to play it safe and take the Archon. Because I don't want to just randomly, like, lose. I'm assuming that I would just take control of it. I'm really not sure what would happen. So I would take... So it says gain control of target creature for as long as I control that. So I would gain control of it. And then I guess it would just become an enchantment for me. It would no longer be a creature, I guess? I'm not sure exactly how that would work. Alright, let's go ahead and sack this to put a counter on the Blood Aspirant and Scry. Because that feels good. Yeah, that seems pretty great. So we'll take the Return to Nature and we'll bottom the Omen. Because we'll save that for now. Final death on that guy, huh? Rip. Yeah, it's probably a mistake to attack with the blood aspirant there. Probably a mistake. Or I could have played the Myers Grasp, I guess, first. But I didn't know. Here's what it is. Puts a counter on himself, I assume. Okay, so I should go ahead and do this now. I should do this now. Yeah, the Chrome War is garbage for the record. It is absolute garbage for the record. Now he's just going to get the freaking Banishing Light back. This is not a great situation. I think we might have fumbled this game. We might have fumbled this game. Yep. Yep. We've lost. We have lost the game now. I think attacking with that 2-2 lost us the game, actually. Because we had that back around, it would have been like a 3-3 now. Yeah, I think we're fine. Yeah, looks like we lose. Oh well. Yeah, we lost. Little mistakes. Little mistakes add up. Did you have fun in this match? Yeah, I mean, I did. I lost, but I still had fun. It was my own mistake that lost it for us. So. Rip my dreams again. Well, sometimes you attack with a 2-2 and throw the game. Sometimes you attack with a 2-2 and throw the game. Alright. Well, I'm going to cut the YouTube recording there, so anybody that's watching on YouTube, thanks for being here. I appreciate any feedback on the content, and the Twitch stream is going to keep on rolling, so if you're not already following on twitch.tv/thebeautiful, you know what to do. Thanks again for being here on the YouTube side.